So we might just see the fall of Korea here. If Mongolia plays this smart, they use their units in kind of a smart fashion and focus in on one city at a time. This would be a huge loss for Korea of East Asia. That whole region, because Korea's a big technology powerhouse. If anyone's going to catch up to Europe, it would be Korea. But if Mongolia takes a bunch of cities, then that won't be the case.
So I figured, currently, if you're going to spy on anyone, we need to spy on the Huns. They are easily the most dominant civ in this world right now, with the most amount of cities, as well as the biggest military in the world. So yeah, we're going to see exactly what Attila is thinking and what sites he has his eyes on next, I guess. That was a weird way to put that, but yes, so in terms of tourism right now, the Netherlands are winning, as we thought, and we have Germany, Sweden, Morocco, and then, Byzantium is tied with a bunch of people with only 2. Europe is still dominating the tourism category. It comes down to who's going to steal this stuff away. And the longer these European nations stay intact, the longer we're going to see some interesting stuff happen when it comes to people either outside or inside of Europe start to declare war, and real wars, when real armies start to get built up. Right now, it's still a little bit too early in the game. So as we talked about, looks like Genghis Khan might be able to take on Busan from Korea. And you know what? I don't think Korea's even trying to... They don't even have any units really ready to defend at all. Doesn't look like Korea has anything here at all ready to go. Yeah, so that will probably fall next turn. You have 2 ranged attacks at least. Yeah, you're probably going to get 2 ranged attacks, and then a few maybe... It won't fall next turn. And I'm wondering if Mongolia will go straight after the capital. This would be big, and it would also give Genghis a lot of power. It would give him a lot more power if he were to take over this stuff, and he kind of needs it. And the first... Wow, Germany is... Germany? How are you able to do that? Influential over who? Let's check it out. Who is not generating that much? Arabia. Arabia's not generating any culture. They're already influential over Arabia. That's impressive. That is pretty impressive. Surprised about that. I'm glad to see that the AIs are, in fact, gearing themselves up for a cultural victory. That's good to see. So a lot of these guys are probably... Oh my gosh, yeah, so that city's gone. Now, does Mongolia stop there, though? Or does Genghis continue to go for the capital? That's the thing. If the capital falls, that would be big. If the capital falls, then, obviously China's going to be like, hey, I want some of that too, and then he'll probably take over this city. Anything going on in the South Pacific? Looks like Polynesia is going to stay up in Siberia, unfortunately, which was... I hope they don't. I hope they kind of get this ring of fire. Okay, well, at least Polynesia has discovered Australia, if not New Zealand as well. You got to get more stuff up. Honolulu's up to 9 citizens, which is okay compared to the rest of the world. It's not bad. Korea's only got 8, so that's fine. Obviously, when you compare it to Europe, it's kind of, it's not terrible. It's not terrible. London is a pretty big city. Oh, Dublin. I love seeing Dublin there. I love that. Oh my gosh. Amsterdam with Notre Dame. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say because that city is on the coast too. So it would be very easy for CIVS to take that. For someone like Sweden, Denmark, the Celts, or England to take that. When Elizabeth gets up her ship of the Lions, who knows what's going to happen? And Paris is an easy city to swoop in. At any point, someone can take over Paris. It's going to take some time. And as long as no outside civs have any, impact anytime soon, Europe is going to just destroy each other. Just destroy each other. I think, if anything, Carthage is going to focus in on more wars with Morocco. Anything happening here? Looks like some loss of life. There's lots of red and stuff like that, but the Zulu are somewhat remaining peaceful for now. They might be going actually for a sneak attack for somebody. Maybe Ethiopia, which would be tough. Persia is still at war with Babylon, I believe, but Assyria has yet to join in. Siam forward settling out this way. France still finding a spot, I guess. All right, so let's see exactly. Yeah, so it looks like Genghis is, in fact, going for the Korean capital. But they need to heal up their troops. Don't do it just yet. Don't run in there just yet. Spain's joined in on the coalition against the Zulu. Not many people like the Zulu. And that really doesn't make any sense because you would think that they would be denouncing the Huns right now. But of course, you know, a foe that's far away, a very scary foe that's far away, they're like, yeah, I'll declare war on you. You're not going to have an impact yet. This probably won't happen, you know, I don't know, 200 turns from now. That would probably never happen. Ooh, Genghis is going to need to be careful. He's going to need to bring in more troops if he's going to want to be able to do this. Also, I'm thinking China might join in against Korea soon. All right, so let's see what he's thinking. Let's see exactly what he's thinking. So we've got Attila secretly plotting against Genghis Khan. Oh my gosh. Already, dude? Already. Whoops. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I cannot inform him of that. That is not fair. The Huns, how do you even know Genghis Khan? You guys are powers on opposite ends of the continent here. You guys need to leave each other alone. Work together, I'm guessing. Oh, well, that's going to be interesting if they don't like each other. And if the Huns continue to expand out towards Mongolia, and Mongolia doing the same thing, but, you know, the other direction. This is going to be tough. Especially if he doesn't reinforce with more units. You can't do this alone. I mean, this is still a big win for Genghis, but at the same time, not huge. Not as huge as obviously if he were to take the Korean capital. Plus, you're talking about if the Korean capital falls, you're talking about the loss of a huge city. In the region of East Asia, Korea losing their capital would pretty much mean that they're done from the game. You don't lose your capital and make a win out of it. You can't come back after that. He's also plotting against Egypt. A lot of people seem to be plotting against Egypt. I'm loving how filled up the map is so far. Yeah, the borders are terribly ugly, but that's okay. So Spain has made peace with both France and Portugal at the same time. Spain lives to see another day. Okay. There's nothing really much to say there. They live to see another day, though. Austria is still so confused on where to settle. Yeah, you waited a little bit too long there, Maria. I'm sorry, buddy. Netherlands getting up more of an army. He realizes what he's got going on. He knows exactly. It's just going to be so hard for him to win this, though. Just being sandwiched in like this, it's going to be so difficult. Way too many civs around him. Way too many civs around him. But, you know, I mean, there's just so much culture being generated within this region. You know, outside regions are stronger, more military, more cities, more crop yields, more money maybe. But they still haven't caught up in technology, and they still haven't caught up in the other things. Ooh, Zulu have their MPs. Persia, Babylon made peace. Assyria missed their chance. Assyria has definitely missed their chance. We've got the Shoshone finally peacing out with the Iroquois. Nothing happened there. Yeah, the Iroquois are just alive and they're remaining strong. The Shoshone do have another settler. So maybe they're going to expand even more inside of the New World. I'm waiting for someone to settle California. I want my region represented. Everyone else always gets their region, but this is the first time that maybe we'll see the New Worlds represented. I'll have someone, you know, like Indonesia settled that area like 3 videos before the end of the series. So, I mean, it was still nice to see that, but I'd like to see it happen a little bit earlier. Kind of exciting for me. Okay, so, I mean, Genghis is not stopping, but more than likely this is going to cause him to lose a lot of his army. China's got an army as well, though. China's got an army. Oh, my gosh. Now, that's a good one. Now, that might be a good one. Washington doesn't have much, and I can tell you right now, Assyria and Egypt have made peace. And you know what? Where's this Aztec settler going for? He might be going for the Caribbean. That looks like he's going for the Caribbean, actually. Or maybe he's going for Florida. Let's see. We have Attila playing against Morocco now. Seems to be, I think that spy is in probably the best city, the best civ so far. We could always flip him around. I would like to see what the Zulu are thinking. I would like to see what Genghis is thinking. You know, some of the more powerful military civs, because you know, to get a preview of what some of the wars that might break out is pretty nice. Ooh, Washington, you're gonna have to be careful here. So you have the Aztecs attacking Philadelphia in the west. You have the Shoshone attacking New York here along the Mississippi River. That will be tough. It's going to be tough for the Shoshone to take that over, though. Yeah, that's still going to be pretty difficult to take that over. Well, let's watch. I think Philadelphia will certainly fall. I want to see exactly where this Aztec settler is going. That will be entertaining. France is finally settled, of course. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. I'm going to wait to show you this. Yeah, they are going for maybe Cuba. Aztec Cuba. Philadelphia is going to fall, and the Shoshone are moving in towards New York. But can they take it? Washington doesn't have enough units to back up anyone right there in that location. There's a composite boatman waiting in San Francisco right now, but I don't know how long it's going to take him to go back. So, France moved entirely across the world. He started here in Paris. Then he moved throughout North America, throughout these seas to Siberia. Moved right around here towards the Empire of the Huns. Then went back and decided to put Troyes virtually right next to Helsinki. That might be the most dramatic case of forward settling I've ever seen. Could you imagine if you were Sweden right now, where there's all of this land, as well as Napoleon not only realized all of this land in the middle of Asia, but he went around the whole freaking world, and he still settled next to Sweden. That has got to be the most hilarious example of forward settling. Napoleon went entirely around the world to forward settle Sweden. Oh my gosh. I mean, yeah, there's 2 citrus tiles here. That's pretty good. But still, oh my gosh, that is hilarious. That is really, really funny. That I can't... Wow. Napoleon being the ultimate dick. Oh, and that's scary. The Huns getting up boats? The Huns aren't supposed to know what boats are. That's scary. Well, Byzantium seems to be a strong force protecting the Black Sea from the rest of the Mediterranean. So, who knows? But that's a little bit scary. The Huns are not supposed to be in boats. That's probably not the best. Not the best for anyone else but the Huns, I guess. Okay, so let's watch as the Aztecs settle their next city. And please settle in the Caribbean. You actually might be going for South America, which would complicate things on your end. Boom, Philadelphia has fallen. The Shoshone, now I guess they probably go back towards Boston now, perhaps. Shoshone are still going to have some trouble with New York, though. I don't know where this guy's going, but he's missing a spice resource over here. Anything else in South America? Nothing, not too much expansion down here. Lots of room as well. There's room throughout this area. There's still lots of land, I guess, to grab for certain civs that want it. Obviously, all of Australia and the Pacific Islands are still up for grabs. America and the Iroquois are now friends. Of course, now Washington's like, hey, you want to be friends before I lose a whole bunch of cities? So the Aztecs just got a whole lot more powerful. Depending on where they send this settler, though. If he sends him to South America, that's not good. I don't want to see him go to South America. Just because more than likely he's going to lose that city at some point. He's not going to be able to defend it. Yep, but that looks like it's going to be the case. Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, that's not the best scenario, but he'll probably settle right here coastal. Also putting him at risk for maybe some of these civs to go at him from Africa whenever they do get up the boats here. We should probably double check the info addicts. Maybe in the next video we'll check exactly how technologies are doing and how the scaling of technologies is doing. I'm sure there might be some catching up here soon, although maybe not, because Europe has remained very tall, which means that it's easy for them to get that threshold of technology. Carthage going up, exploring Greenland, and Europe has stayed pretty peaceful. Kind of a long piece of Europe. Now there's another tourism about to be generated by the Netherlands. Catholicism seems to be dominating Europe. The Judaism hasn't done much. The European wonder has been built by Sweden. Denmark has denounced the Zulu, as well as Germany and Japan, and made a declaration of friendship. Anything else? Okay, so Arabia settled their city. This is just going to be a random, just like, I don't know, just a mutt, I guess you could say, like a kind of a mutt dog right in the middle of Asia. I don't know, that's a terrible example, but I'm just saying there's just so much pitter-patter of, I think, a whole bunch of different civs right in the middle of this continent, which will make for things very interesting wars, especially when someone very powerful like the Huns and Genghis gets tired of the just terrible borders, because they do. They understand borders. They understand how they don't like ugly borders either. Yeah, so Mongolia is not going to be able to take the Korean capital. I don't think, at least. Shintoism has gotten off to a fast start. Seems like they're going to be dominating. Iroquois and the Aztecs have made peace. Polynesia's gotten up a lot. Wow, a lot of cargo ships. They're going to be making a lot of money. I really hope that we're not done seeing Polynesia expand. Please go to Australia, please. Or visit your friends in South America. I'd like to see that too. Any of that, it's all welcome. China and Ethiopia made a declaration of friendship. It's turn 165, 1050 AD. New York is about to fall yes, it will. New York will fall to the Shoshone with an attack either by the swordsman or next turn by the pikemen. So Washington just lost a bunch of power. He's now left with only Boston and Washington, the capital, Washington. Dang it, Aztecs, you're going for South America. Probably not the best choice. All right, America, you're down to 2 cities. And you just let the Shoshone and the Aztecs get a whole lot more powerful. I mean, I picked the Shoshone, so I'm happy right now, somewhat. I mean, I'm trying not to kind of, oh my gosh, the Shoshone are going for San Francisco. So the Shoshone are going to be a lot more powerful than I initially thought. Because they're about to settle probably here. I'm guessing maybe here. So that means the Shoshone are going to pick up 5 cities. They're going to get a 2-city swing within a few turns. All within a few turns. The Aztecs are cleaning up American troops out in the West Coast. Surprised to see America not do as well. Really surprised by that. You know, I really figured that, I don't know, they were extremely expansive, but they didn't have the units to protect all the cities that they were building. I'm sorry, they don't have 2 cities. They still have Alaska. I forgot about Alaska, Atlanta. Real Housewives of Alaska. Now that would be a show. Real Housewives of Atlantic, Alaska. Yeah, that's the next big A&E hit, I think. Oh my gosh. Now, when did Byzantium declare war? I don't remember the Zulu declaring war on Byzantium. When did they do that? I don't know, but they're about to get a whole lot more powerful. The Zulu are about to pick up more cities. Again, they're not playing on deity, though. So I doubt they're going to be able to sustain this sort of massive empire, especially with just regular prince bonuses. You know, they've got to be hurting in happiness. I'm thinking a little bit here. We'll check in on that a little bit later. But, you know, the AI is going to have a difficult time figuring out what to do with all these new cities. Carthage moving back once again for Morocco. Yeah, once again back for Morocco. Anything going on with Genghis Khan and Korea? Oh my gosh, they might take it. They don't have any. Oh, they don't have any melee units. They need to get this pikeman in there fast. How did you manage to do that? And he's probably going to send this pikeman to embark, which is not the smartest choice, unless of course he moves him in. You got to move up that bowman. You got to move up that bowman because you're going to lose that catapult next turn. More than likely. Make sure you move the pikeman onto this tile. Ooh, that would be a big loss. That would be a big loss. In terms of score, we've got Isabella at 419, William at 412, Ethiopia bringing up pretty far down there still, 316, Songhai at 305, Japan still in 5th place, 302, Aztecs at 292, Shoshone at 282. Yes, so San Francisco has been founded by the Shoshone. Wow, the Shoshone are looking strong, but do they have a big enough army to hold off the Aztecs? I guarantee the Aztecs are going to go after the Shoshone at some point. So that would be big. I'm going to go one more turn to see exactly what happens with the Korean capital. Another Spanish wonder has been built. Wonders being built everywhere inside of Europe. Lots of precious land, but unprotected. Unprotected and short and small. He's made the landing. Yep. Yep, that Korean city should fall. I might actually just go one more turn just to see, just to make sure he's able to do it. He should be able to. He also has another catapult coming, which means that Korea will be down to 1 city. And I don't even know for how long, because I'm sure China might be like, hey, yeah, I'm done with you two, and just destroy you. Any more movement from Indonesia before I hit next turn? Any sort of extra expansion? I mean, I know that their borders are growing. It looks like they did actually expand. From what I can see in the minimap, yes, they did. Good for Indonesia. Now they got to get for, they do need to get to Australia, and with the elimination of Korea, possibly, that would eliminate 1 foe from going out to Australia. Especially when you think that currently China has no coastal cities, not yet. Japan would be the only foe. Japan and maybe Siam would be the only kind of enemy that possibly could take away land from Australia. Take away Indonesian land if you're thinking about Indonesia having control over that area. And did they take it? Boom, there it goes. Korean capital has fallen. That's a significant loss for the region. That's huge. It's a really, really big loss for the region. But at the same time, Mongolia has gotten a whole lot more powerful. I am impressed. I'm certainly impressed, that's for sure. The Huns in Spain have made declared war. Looks like a lot of outside powers might be declaring war on Spain. Doesn't matter unless someone actually from Europe declares war on them. All right, guys. Looks like I'm going to have to stop right there, though. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.